Extreme weather and wildfire smoke are blanketing the U.S. tonight. In the south, a heat wave kicked temperatures into the upper 90s with thick humidity. In the Midwest, an even hazier scene. Smoke from the 200-plus wildfires burning in Canada is polluting the air. And there are severe weather warnings in the Central Plains. Well, some of the areas of the country got a bit of a break today. Both the smoke and the heat are expected to stick around. NewsNation's Ryan Bass joins us with more. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Elizabeth. Yeah, Americans can't seem to catch a break right now. Here where we are in Nashville, we've had haze-filled skies that have been behind us approaching this city skyline. We've had a batch of severe storms that came through that grounded flights, and we are among the 80 million Americans right now here in the South that are under heat alerts, all as air quality concerns continue to linger in the Midwest. This potentially lethal weather, Elizabeth, it is taking the nation by storm. Whether it's sweltering temps or city skylines blanketed in a smoky haze, tens of millions of Americans from coast to coast are grappling with extreme weather conditions this week.
It's almost like a smorgasbord of awful weather and climate effects right now between the smoke and the near record heat indices in the South.
Heat alerts span from California to Florida. In Texas, it's been a near 2-week run of triple-digit heat, with scorching temps killing at least 14 people in the Lone Star State and nearby Louisiana.
Triple digits are pretty dangerous. Like that will keep us inside.
These heat indices like this are absolutely dangerous. So minimizing activity is always a good idea.
And then there's the 100-plus million Americans that are breathing in poor air quality due to the Canadian wildfire smoke that's been drifting into the states. As of this morning, D.C., Detroit, Chicago, Minneapolis, and New York ranked among the worst air quality in the entire world.
The impacts are manyfold and definitely some of the worst air quality in the last 50 years in a lot of the major U.S. cities.
And at least 20 states, from Minnesota and as far south as Georgia and Alabama, are under air quality alerts as haze hangs around city centers. So what can you do to protect yourself? Grab those masks and protect those that need it most.
There are more sensitive groups that should really stay indoors. Like healthy adults can do their daily business, but like my son, I would have to stay him indoors to avoid exposure to the toxic air outside.
And we have seen in cities like Chicago, they've actually had to cancel events and close beaches due to some of the weather conditions that have been happening. Today's Pirates and Padres game in Pittsburgh, by the way, they had to delay that 45 minutes due to poor air quality as well. And over 1,400 flights, Elizabeth, have had to be grounded and canceled nationwide, according to FlightAware, because of a lot of the weather-related issues going on across the country. So the smoke, the heat, the storms, it is impacting everyone everywhere, Elizabeth, no matter where you call home.
Yeah, I just came from Chicago. The smoke was pretty bad there. Ryan Bass, thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.